How's it going, everyone? My name is Tarek, and welcome to tonight's stream. What we're gonna do tonight is carry on the track that we've been working on for March. We are aiming to release one track a month, although I think next track is gonna be a little bit more complex to do. But with this one, just to remind everybody, so this is a homage track that I wrote 14 years ago, and I've been going through my archive of things I wrote when I used to write things on Guitar Pro, and I found this one, and this is a homage for the band As Blood Runs Black, which is a band that inspired a lot of my guitar playing throughout the years. And I found this track ready, all written from something that I finished writing this year around 2010 or 2011, so around 14 years ago. But then I was like, you know what, I might as well just record this and release it, why not? So we've recorded the guitars, it's all complete. Gonna listen to what we've got. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do some drum tones. We're gonna choose the tone of the drums we're gonna go for. We're gonna do some guitar tones. We're gonna craft our bass tone. And then hopefully, if we've got some time left as well, we will prepare the session to be mixed. This is gonna be one of my smallest sessions ever. I mean, this is literally just guitars, bass, drums. And if you've been following the channel, you know that normally what I do is a lot of layering, a lot of other production stuff, synths, explosions, risers, epic orchestra, a lot of other interesting instruments or signature sounds that I like to design or do. But with this one, it's really simple. I think the entirety of the track is going to be about 30 channels, maybe not even. I'm not sure. We'll see. So, but that in itself will present some new challenges, because normally when you have like a big song, a bigger song, I think last song we've had like 300 channels or something. Everything, a lot of the mistakes, or not mistakes, you do some decisions because the cake is overloaded. But with this one, everything's raw. The guitars are just there. There's nothing masking them. The bass is there. There's nothing masking it. Drums as well, and so everything is raw and more exposed, which will present some challenges on its own. But I think it will, give us some new ideas to do. So, with that all being said, I'm gonna play through the entirety of the track to what we've recorded so far, just to see where we stopped. It's gonna be the first time I hear it since Friday's stream. So let's kind of remind ourselves what we've worked on so far. Okay, fantastic. So that's the song. I have not found a lot of mistakes in the recording. I think the only section where before I bounce everything, I just want to see if I can just adjust is right over here. I think this has a lot of, I don't know, I think it has noise, a little bit of noise in it, and a little bit flow in, so I just might re-record just this note. And also here at the end, I mean, the way to fix this, one of the ways to fix this is just to kind of get this right over here. I think the opposite's true. Actually, bring this forward. Alright, let's see how we can fix this. Let me just try to expand the crossfade. I'm not sure if that will fix it. Okay, made it a little bit more smoother. Yep, sounds way better. Okay, so the only thing I'm gonna do is just re-record one note, which is this. Yeah, this has a lot of noise. Like this doesn't. But this, there is a little bit of string noise. So it's an easy job. It's literally one note, and then we will bounce the entire thing. So let's pick a spot here somewhere. And just because it's one single note. That's the note. Yeah. You can still hear a little bit of noise if you've got your headphones on. You can hear there is kind of a rattling sound right after the note fades out. But if I do a different palm mute, like if I do palm mute from here, from literally where the bridge is, it goes away. But if I go towards the neck, it comes back. So for this note, I'm gonna do somewhere here. Oh wait, I need to obviously arm the track. Yeah, there's, if I hold it in the right position, it will introduce notes, probably a noise probably from the second string. But if I hold it with this, you know, with the standard position, okay. So the last one is good. I'm just gonna take the last one and see if I replace it with that one, would it sound any better? Yeah, this one sounds very noisy anyway. Anything would be better than it. So if I take this and just drag it here, put it. And pick attack is at the beat. Then you nudge it to the left twice on a on a 64th quantization. I don't think you can see the quantization, but if I flip to this right here, I'm on 64. So on 64, you just need to nudge once, it'll be okay. So I can go on here and put this back. Actually, should be enough. Bring this over here, crossfade them, and let's see how this sounds. Okay, that sounds way cleaner. But obviously you need to mute the MIDI. Yeah, way cleaner, way cleaner. And I think with that, everything should be good. So I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save this project as Allegiance. Right, and first thing I want to do is bounce this. So this is faded. Actually, I'm gonna remove the fade and I'm gonna add the fades after the bounce. And I'm gonna go to the front here and make sure the fades are like this. Mark everything. Audio, real-time processing. No, actually, bounce selection. And then it's asking me here on the second screen, replace events. Click replace. Then boom. Right, so you've got now everything bounced. So we will not mess anything up when we're mixing, or we'll not move anything around. So we've got solid stems. Do this. Boom. Let's hear it. Fantastic. Okay. Now let me put the guitar down. Right, so let's get to some of the fun stuff. First, we need to delete this channel here. We don't need it anymore. We only use this for recording. Second is I like to choose my drum tones first. So let's go ahead and do that. But before that, I'm gonna open Superior Drummer. Is what I like to do in every single song is add more cymbals, because cymbals are my favorite shells and drums. So what I like to do is that on every new introduction, every new transition, I like to add a new left and right symbols that are regularly panned extremely left and right. And some of the kits that has this is like Metal Machine. So all I have to do is just go to Easy Drummer and just need to load Metal Machine. And these are the ones I want. This and this. No, sorry, this and this. Right, and I just need to find them in the library. So let's first search for 17-inch 23 prototype crash. All right, let's see. So I will go to more, add instrument, search for instrument. We go to Metal Machine. Where is it? Metal Machine. This is it. And then we go to Symbols, Crash, and then 17-inch on my second screen, 17-inch Crash. So this one. So we add that. Let's just make sure that it's coming out of the overheads and everything. So actually, I will assign a MIDI note to it, and then I'll move it. Anyway, the second one that we want is this, which is 19-inch thrash ride. So add instrument, search for instrument. Again, Metal Machine, symbol, Crash. 19-inch thrash ride. 19-inch. Where is it? Here's this one. Add instrument. Okay, so these are mapped exactly how what do you call it? Metal Machine are mapped them, and they belong really at the bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to each time both symbols hit at the beginning of a section, and then move those down to those two new symbols. So first, at the intro here, right? So let's move this to the left one, and I'm gonna do that by, so this is the left one. I'm gonna keep going down until this hits, right? Here, right here. So E0 is what it is. Okay, and then we go to this. We want this to ring now. Okay, so when you start the song, this will be. They'll be. So these two symbols are literally just for downbeats or like transitions. And we're gonna do the same thing for every single part that this happens. So I assume here. Okay, this is not it. Let's see here. That's a good example. Wait. Right here. Okay, stick them down. Actually, I can just yeah, let's move them down. I was gonna cut them and paste them down, but I think it's better just to move them down because I don't want to paste it and it will just paste on another where this timeline is. So we want E0. Where in the bloody world is E0? Actually, let me just see where these guys are. Oh, here it is. I wish you can color this or something. You can write here. Left. Crash. Right, crash. Yep. And take these, go up. Cool. Right. Fantastic. Alright, where else? Probably here. Also take them. I want to try something. If I cut this, selected this, and pasted it, what will happen? No. It will not paste it where I want. So the best way is to drag them, which is a little bit annoying because you need to keep hearing this kind of like falling down the stairs type of effect, which is pretty annoying. Another way would be just to kind of delete them, go down, and just write them. We can try that to see which one's faster. Alright, I'm gonna highlight this just to kind of like figure out where else this happens. So just keep scrolling until I find it. So right here, for example. So I'm gonna delete these two. I'm gonna put this bar here. I'm gonna put it at half note. And then I'm just gonna delete these two. Go down here and then just literally, let's see where we are. One here and one here. And then I had them always on maximum velocity. And the cool thing about this is now, if you look at the drum player, every time there's a section where it was meant for the same crash to be hit on the transition and then the drummer will ride on it, now you would have a different crash, so it'll create a different sound. So for example, look, instead of this crash getting hit on the transition and then, you know, the drummer ride on it, this will be hit and then the drummer will go back and ride on this one, which will create like a bigger drum sound effect. Right, so instead of, right, and I just want to make sure that this is also panned. I think this one is the first one. Let me see. Yeah, so what happens if I take this all the way here? And this all the way here. Okay. So we'll carry on. Let's put this player here. By the way, I don't think I need the Easy Drummer anymore, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. So we'll highlight crash symbol 1, and we'll just go through the track and see where else this happens. So all here is clean. This we've done. This we've done. Okay, we've got one here. So let's delete, mark, go down. maximum velocity. I will delete this. I'm gonna go down. Let me just check the bar. It was, which bar was it? It was here, 208. So we'll delete this. Go down. And I'm gonna copy these, paste them. Boom. This is a way easier method. Now I've got them in my clipboard. So all I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna find the section, delete them, delete the symbols, and just paste it where it is. So for example here, I can now just delete this, put the selector here, and just paste it, and now I've got them pasted. So this is definitely a faster method. So I've got here. And you've got here. Got here. And here. And then after this, what we will do as well is we'll listen to the song section by section, just to see if we can kind of like change some of the symbol work as well. So here. And also, while we're at it, let me see if I can get a better China. More. Oh, you cannot replace this? I'm pretty sure you can. So if I go to everything and I go to China, now I've got all the Chinas here. I want a sharp one. Like this, for example. Let's try this. Let's try this. Obviously, it sounds too loud, so I'm gonna reduce its sound, only the mic on this China down, just to see, just to get a right balance. By the way, I've just discovered that I left the desktop mode only on. Right, this is too loud, so let's get it down. I'm gonna go to maybe -7, because normally cymbals are louder than you think, and as long as you can hear them, then it's fine. Like, see, we went to -7 and it's still present, so I'm gonna go to maybe -10. Yeah, sounds that we're getting there. Maybe -13, 14. Yeah, somewhere here. Somewhere here. Yeah, but I think this China sounds way better because it's sharper. Alright, so let's carry on with this. Okay, so this needs to go. Paste this. Here. Here. We've got one here. So it's important to keep them highlighted so we don't miss any. We've got one here as well. Oh, shit. Okay. Right, we've got one here. And because this song is more on the progressive side, so, you know, nothing repeats except the first section and the last section. This is taking longer than usual because normally you just copy and paste the parts again. Like here, the same thing happening. So let me just get this back. So instead of the drummer, what it was doing before is now it will do. Alright, so that change in cymbals will give the impression of a bigger kit and a wider, you know, panning spectrum as well. Okay, so we missed this one. By the way, for anybody that just joined, because I can see the counter, a few people joined on YouTube and Twitch. What we're doing right now is that we finished the recording, and we've added two cymbals, two crashes to the kit. So let me just bring the kit back. So obviously this is the kit that we're working on. We're gonna add some, you know, we're gonna stack the snare, we're gonna stack the kick in a minute. But before that, I changed the China to a different China. I'm not sure what kit this came from, but I think if I hover over it, it will tell me, or if I... this is from Drums of Destruction, Easy X. This one, so I changed it to that. Right, this was the original volume of it. And then we've added two crashes so that the drummer can have more variation with crash 1 and crash 2. Because I like, on the transition of every section, I like to have two different left and right crashes getting hit instead of the one that the drummer's riding on. So we've added this, and these two are from Metal Machine, the Metal Machine expansion. So that's it, except for this section right here, and I'm gonna have to change the quantization to 8th. I'll paste it. And by the way, the key triggers for these two new symbols are at the bottom, right here. Right? Okay, so finally what we're gonna do with the drums is I'm gonna just look at the we're gonna play the song from the beginning section by section, and I'm just gonna look at the cymbals and see if there's anything that we can do to make it sound interesting. Like for example, this hasn't been used, or maybe you can just do some stuff to make it sound like the drummer is having fun with the segment. For example, in this section here, no, I think it was before. Let me see. Like, yes, this and the one before it, we can introduce this here. So if I go to the actual MIDI notes here, like this, for example. So I think the spock is being hit a few times. You just find it. That's the splash. Okay, so we've got 1, 2. So maybe instead of this, right, we go and hit this. And the way to do that is I'm gonna mark this and keep going down until this is played. Right, so here, so what I'm gonna call this, instead of scratch pull, I'm gonna call it middle crash. That's why I wish that if you can color code these, but I'm not sure if you can. It would have been way easier. But yeah, so let's see how this would sound now. Like here, there is a lot of play happening, so maybe so the splash is being played a lot. I'm gonna keep it this way, but I'm gonna move this cymbal too. For example, here, this is being used a lot. I think we can do some variation. So let's see. Like we can use China, we can use the middle one. So I think it's crash cymbal one. So it's been used here and here. I think after as well. Yeah, so this can be this China. I think that would be cool. But let's bring it down till the China hits. Oh, that's China muted. That's the one. And I'm gonna label it here. Left China. Okay. Yeah, now it sounds fuller. And instead of these, instead of crash 2 here, I'm gonna move it to this on these two occurrences right here. This and this. Alright, let's see where we are. Right here. Like here also, I think it's a little bit less creative the way some of the hits on this are. Like here. First of all, this needs to go to the left and right crashes at the bottom. So the here and here, that's first, and these two I think can be left China. Right here. Okay, so also this section needs to change. Let's bring it down. Right here. Right here. So for example here, I actually don't know why I haven't programmed the first hit not to be a hi-hat. So I'm gonna take this down to be a left crash. Right here. Like even here, it would be more fun, I think, for the drummer, for that the first hit is not a hi-hat, also a crash. But maybe this time we'll hit this just for variation. Okay, the last note before the long palm mute here. I think this can be right cymbal from Metal Machine. Right here. Okay. Also here, we've got this and this that needs to go down. This sound, the falling down the stairs sound, is hilarious. All right, let's see how it will look like if we play it from here. Way better. I think all the way till here is not bad. So you see, every time the downbeat happens, they hit this crash and then they move to this one, and that's the type of effect I want to create. It's all good so far. We got a lot of YouTube viewers today, actually. The counter is really good. Fantastic. So I think with that being said, the cymbal work is fine. Now the thing is, I used to bounce the drums when I want to mix it. So normally at this stage, I used to bounce it and then just work with wave files. But then I learned that for easier workflow in mixing, I've tried to keep Superior Drummer active in my mix throughout. I mean, you can go to previous songs we've mixed on this channel. You can see that I've left Superior Drummer unbounced while everything else is, from bass to any other instrument. And the cool thing about that, one other thing, is that even during like the mix, if I found that one cymbal hit change can be better, I can just move it and or play with the velocity instead of automating the snare, which is actually a better effect. Sometimes, like if you've got a blast beat, sometimes it's better to just lower the velocity because it's more realistic than actually turning the snare down. But with that being said, let's go ahead and now try to create a good snare sound. So I've got this snare from death metal. I've chose the second one. The song we've done last time, I've chose the first one. But for this one, I found that the second snare sounds better than this. There's something nice about that, and we'll just add some stack and see how we can make it sound bigger. So let's go and click more, add to center, and maybe we'll go to, let's see, first, because this never fails, Metal Machine. I mean, this one sounds beefier. This sounds more smackier. I think this one sounds good. I'm gonna stack this. It sounds really big now, actually. One thing about the snare from Metal Machine is that the velocity at 120, 121, 123, something like that, starts to sound really rimshotty, and there's a way to actually bypass that. So you go to velocity curve and you just say that I want the out maximum be under 120, so 190 should be good. Alright, now let's see the phase correlation between both of them. So I'm gonna solo the drums. I'm not gonna lie, both sounds good. I mean, this as it is sounds beefier. Without it, sounds more smacky. Let's see how it sounds with everything else. I think I like it with. But if we struggled somehow, like in the mix, we can always go back and flip the phase. But I think it sounds good. Yeah, 100%. All right, now let's see the volume correlation. So this is how this sounds by itself. I'm gonna solo this. Actually, I'm gonna mute this. So now we're only hearing the stack. Okay, and I think the stack by itself actually sounds decent, but let's just see the proper sound correlation. Maybe 0 dB, like as it is originally, sounds the best, but we'll see. So I'm gonna turn the stack down all the way and bring it in and see if we found a better balance. think minus 3 dBs is a good place. All right. There's only one thing, is I just want to make sure the stack doesn't really hit that one articulation that I hate in Metal Machine. So I'm gonna go down to 115. Now let's stack some kick drums. So we go to the right one, and I mean, the options are a little bit limited there. Not really, but the way I like it to be is that I find another patch that also have a right kick and a left kick. Because there are some patches, obviously, that only have a center kick. Now you can, in theory, stack the center kick, the same center kick on both right and left kick, and then you would have one consistent sound on both. But the you know, the sound difference when you have two kicks, I find it way more realistic when you're doing like fast drums like this this track here. So I'm gonna go and stack this with another patch that also have a right kick and a left kick. So we'll go to, so we're on the right kick now. This is selected. We'll go to more, add, hit, and then let's clear all filters. And let's just go to kick, kick, kick. Where is kick? Oh, here it is. Okay. And I know, for example, I think modern metal machine as well has right kick and left kick. See, this is a left kick, this is a right kick. So this one sounds good. Let's see metal also have a right kick and left kick. Oops. No, what happened? Now this is too clicky. I think this one, big crack hit, sounds good. No. I don't want something too clicky. I want it to have literally a decent click, but also a decent body. So this big crack hit, I think this is the one normally I default to anyway. So that's the one I'm gonna go for. So I'm gonna stack this on the right kick. Okay, so see how when I click them twice, you'll hear one sound that has the stack, and then you'll hear the second kick that doesn't have it. Right, so we need to stack this as well. So we go here, more, add stack, hit, and then you go to, which one did we choose? We went to clear filters, we went to metal, and we went to kick, and we stack this one. Right. Cool. So before anything, let's just check the phase. Where is... Definitely not with that. No, definitely not with the phase flip. I mean, look, all of the body goes when you flip the phase. This snare bottom from the stack has a little bit of rattle, so I just wanted to turn this down a little bit. Alright, let's see how all the stack sounds in the song. I think this sounds good. I'm pretty sure I replaced these, didn't I? The toms. No, definitely Yamaha. Alright, with that being said, I think the entire drum tones we've chose, and I think they're decent. The kick sounds amazing. Let's see if maybe we can add another stack to the snare. So maybe let's go progressive metal. And let's go snare. No, this is post-rock. Progressive. This one sounds good. Let's go to a faster section, just I want to see how all three work together. No, I think there's some issue with the other two. With this one, the stack. I mean, I can try to flip the phase, but I wasn't really fussed about it. Just wanted to see if I add it, would it make any full change? But yeah, it's not necessary. I think as it is, it's good. So let's go ahead and try to craft a guitar tone. First, by the way, I'm gonna disable these two MIDI tracks because we don't need them anymore. And I'm gonna create a folder. Do I have a folder for disabled? No, so let me just create a folder, call it this Okay, and I'm just gonna add these two. Bit. So they're out of the way. Now for guitar, what we're using right now is Gojira. We've got some EQ on it. And I think I've experimented with this chain that I've got recently from VusiQ, and with the effect sounds like this because I've got them linked. Let me just put the amp aside. We go to my mixer. Okay, so when I turn this on, both left and right are gonna turn on. So let's go to this section. Just gonna show you how it sounds like with this. I mean, this I was just playing around with it when I was recording, so it's not like a permanent part of the tone or anything, but let me just remember what I've dialed here. Yeah, I think it definitely doesn't sound fuller because I'm pretty sure I've changed the amp while this was bypassed, so I don't need this anymore for the time being. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna duplicate this one time because I want to use the DI, and we might duplicate it another time because I might want to use another amp on top of this. So let's just use the DI. I'm gonna call this DI. So DI will give the track a little bit of definition, as something I like to do, although we haven't done this actually in the previous song. So let's remove everything on here and unlink. We're gonna unlink. So let's unlink. Let's unlink all of these. We're gonna link these two together. We're gonna link these two. Right. So with this, we're just gonna remove everything, and also from here. So now we're gonna just hear the DI by itself with no amp, with nothing. So that's the DI. And what we want, we'll just run this through a preamp. So I'm gonna put a virtual mix rack here, and it will take normally a little bit of time to load. But what I like to do while it loads is I'm gonna put a preamp on it, and I'm gonna see if I can saturate it just a little bit with a preamp. But then after that, we're gonna get an EQ, and we're just gonna you know, do some scooping just to make sure that it gives fullness to the track. And I think I have a DI signal chain from one of my songs saved, so we might just summon that and just see, you know, what we've done in that song. I'm just gonna remove all of these that come default, and I'm gonna go to harmonic. I'm gonna put London. Nope. So, and I'm gonna move this to the second DI track as well. Okay, so what we've done here is we've just done some saturation. We've compressed it before it goes to an EQ, and then which is normally not my way. My way is normally to EQ and then compress. But because I want to get a consistent sound to the EQ, we've done that, and it's only by a little bit. So at some sections, minus 6 dB, which is actually not a little bit light there. But I think on softer parts, it only does 3 dB of reduction and no makeup gain. And yeah, we just need to balance it. But this is kind of like one way of using DI. Now I'm just gonna level match it, and then after that, I'm gonna see if we can, if I have saved some of my other like DI tricks that I use from my other songs. I think I have a preset saved, but let me just level match this for now. Okay, this is good. And by the way, I'm not level matching it right now for any type of gain staging or anything. I'm just trying to get a tone, because when we start mixing, after I bounce the bass and I bounce this string section here, we're obviously gonna put all faders at 0, and we'll gain stage from there. But this is just because I'm trying to craft a tone. I'm keeping it like that. So that is for the DI. Now with the actual amp, I think the tone is decent, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this again, right? And let me just make sure the left is at the top. Okay, I'm gonna link these two together, and then link these two together. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to see if we can blend another sound with the original sound. So I'm gonna remove the EQ, and I'm gonna first, because we've got Get Good Drums, the cab plugin here, but it's inactive. Let's try experimenting with that first, because it's right here. So let's try to craft a sound while it's in solo, and then we'll see if we can blend it with the original. Right, so I'm gonna unbypass it, or basically turn it on, and I'm gonna go to this instance and pull it up, and then this instance and pull it up again. Okay. And this is gonna be off like that. No, this is gonna be off. All right, so let's see how this will sound with the Get Good Drums cap. think this combination here sounds decent. So it's really rare that I actually stumble upon a great tone just like from the get-go. But what we've done here is pretty simple. So let me just explain. I'm just gonna just rename these. So GGD and so basically is we've took exactly the same track, duplicated it, but we've just turned off the cab from the Gojira plugin and we've just replaced it with the Get Good Drums plugin. So we're using the same amp, right, on different cabs, right? So these two instances here, these two are the ones that we recorded the guitar with and all of that, and these two are the one with the Get Good Drums. Now, obviously they have the EQ off, but I'm not gonna worry about that now because that's more of mixing time. But I'm just gonna see what of the same EQ settings I can keep, right? So I'm gonna get this instance and get this instance. Got both instances loaded, and I'm just gonna play only this this tone and just see what we can what we can achieve. Obviously, there's one frequency that is annoying me. I'm gonna try to find it. I know exactly this the sound. I think it's this one right here. Okay, I think that's a decent guitar tone for now. Obviously, through the mix, maybe we'll shape it a little bit more. But I think so far it's a little bit decent. Let's go to bass. So with bass, we've got... now here's the thing. I mean, normally I like to bounce the track and then do bass. So we might as well just do that. Let me check if... let's check the bass track to see if it all sounds good. this tone right now is DI Nolly with parallax. But what I'm thinking of, I really want to do this time, and I want to try, and this is why I want to bounce it first, is I want to see if I can keep the low end from the DI and only distort the mid-range and the high end. Gregory or Gregwire, thank you so much for the subscription. Much appreciated. You can listen to it with the drums. So I think it's ready to be bounced. So what I'm gonna do is, because again this track is very simple. I mean it's literally 3 instruments and 1 patch, right? So it's really different to what we do normally on the channel. Normally we finish the production. Normally at this stage we go to see, you know, what kind of other instruments we can add, what kind of orchestrations we can do. You know, risers, explosions, bass drops. Actually, we might just add bass drops. And now I'm talking about it. And normally then we bounce them. But since I've just remembered that I actually need to add bass drops here, so let's go ahead and do that. So a lot of people watching this channel know how I do bass drops. 1 second, lagged a little bit. Yeah, but for those new, I normally use Sub Destroyer. So this is also another JSC plugin, right? And Gregwire, thank you so much for the subscription again, my friend. Right, so what we do is we go to every single place where we need to put a bass drop, right? And we just automate the trigger, this fire trigger here, right? And thank you for the follow on Twitch, Empty Fields 1111. Much appreciated as well. Where are you guys chatting from? We're here in the UK. It's about 9 p.m. right now. Right, so normally what I do is I know the tuning of the track. So this track is in drop A sharp. So most of the bass drops are going to be on drop A sharp, but then some bass drops are going to be on B. No, on on B. When I'm doing a first note you know, breakdown or something. And then the way to set this up to your tuning, right, is you grab this knob here and you put the start frequency and the end frequency at A sharp, right? So right now it's on D sharp, as you can see from the plugin. And you just turn it back down till it's A sharp. And you can see there is one number, 59, 58, and 57. Go to the middle, 58 is good. And then same thing here. Drop A sharp, 29. So that will match the note when it plays, right? And we've got a few instances where it's drop A sharp, bass drop, and we've got, I think, only a couple where it's B. Maybe not as well. I mean, we will check while we go along. I'm just gonna type here bass drop A sharp. Okay, and we'll just put it right here. Normally anything explosion or otherwise is orange. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna automate this, right? So let's just go to an empty space here, and just we'll do write automation, right? We'll play, and we'll click fire, right? And then Cubase will automatically give us the automation, right? So all I have to do is expand this, cut this, and now we go to every single section that needs a bass drop. So obviously the intro of the song right here. And obviously this is insanely loud, but I'm gonna fix that in a second. Just let me delete this, add this right here. Actually, I don't wanna. Right. Okay, let's control the output. Oh, I made a mistake. I kept it on right. You need to be careful when you do that, is to actually unarm the right button. Now it's only gonna read it. Right, so you can see the bass drop now. Too loud. It needs to be, you need to feel the bass drop and not really hear it. Like right about here, maybe you can get away with it a little bit louder, maybe right here. Let's go a little bit -10. 9.5. I think this right here is good. Okay, so we're gonna copy this and see where else this needs it. Okay, I'm gonna add one here as well. One here. But the timing is too short. I'm just gonna increase it by half a second. A little bit shorter, maybe 1300, something like that. Okay, a little bit shorter as well. 1 to 50. I think this is perfect. One here as well. Definitely on the breakdown there's gonna be a few. Like this here is B. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna duplicate this, right? And we're gonna set the frequency on the new one to B. Cool. And then obviously we're gonna delete all of these. And we will say this is bass drop B. Okay, and take this. Right here. Let's see how that sounds. B. Okay, we need also breakdowns here. Bass drops here. Right over here. And another one right here. We might delete the middle ones. Well, let me just add all of the ones that I think are necessary, and then if we think there's too much, maybe I'll delete the middle ones. Another one here. So I'm gonna listen to this entire breakdown just to see if 4 is too much. So yeah, I think if you have 4, it will just you know lessen from the impact of the bass drop because it'll be more too frequent. Now, normally, also as you know, on different songs, because I normally add a lot of like explosions, risers, and swells and stuff. Normally, I can get away with putting more of these in different places, but because because this is a homage track for As Blood Runs Black, I'm trying to stay as true as possible to that era of metal, which is like 2005 metal. So I'm trying to be like as close as possible. And this is why I didn't add like a lot of or any, you know, other production effects or anything. I'm gonna try just to reduce the gain on this tone here, these two. Oh shit. Alright, now let's try to reduce the gain on the other tone, which is this one. Oh my god, I keep doing this by mistake. I think the less gain you can get away, the better. Okay, I think that's good enough. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna bounce the bass. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're gonna bounce also the bass drops. So I'm just gonna unmute everything and make sure everything's tidy. I'm gonna hide this. This is not needed. This automation is not needed. Just gonna hide these two. And what else? Let's check if we're happy with this. Okay, I think sounds good. Right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna mark all of this and click P, and then we're gonna go ahead and maybe extend it till here, just to allow everything to, I mean, there's only the base, but just for safety. And we'll also put it from here, from 99. And then on solo, make sure that nothing's clipping. All right, we'll do the balancing in a second. Let's just export things that we need to export. So I'm gonna reduce the bass drops here by 3 dB just because we can easily increase them after they're exported, and I don't want any clipping. And then we go to File, Export. Oh shit. File, Export, Audio Mix Down. I mean, there is another way by, you can do selected events, but that's the way I normally do it. And you go to multiple, bass, strings, bass drop A, bass drop B. And is there anything else? This contact here is doing nothing, so we don't need it. I think that's it. Literally, this is very, very straightforward. So I think we're gonna change the naming convention. So it's gonna be name, channel number, I don't care. Channel type, I don't care. Like this. Actually, name it. Yeah, this one's fine. All right, okay, wave, and export. All right, now let's go to files and drag the exported files in the session. The sessions, base, change this, show you what I'm doing. Change this to pages and go to mixed audio. Oh, fuck. I think I've messed up. Let me see, mix down. So basically what I've done, but I just realized I've done something silly. Let me delete, I'm gonna keep those. I'm just gonna delete this. What I've done is that I kept the settings. I need to delete these. All right, let's export it again. Because I just want the DI. What happened? Oops. I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna delete everything and start over. Let me close this down. File, export. Ah, I think I know what happened. The naming of the track, of the path, is different. So let me go sessions, Cubase. I created it here, didn't it? Yeah. All right, let me delete this. And make sure that this says yep, right here. Okay. I'll put again the strings and the bass drops, and then we'll export. All right, let's see. Okay, all done. All right, so all I have to do is just drag them to the session. So let's go here and drag them right. It's 99. Actually, let me just put the right quantization, put 1, 1. Just put 99. And it will ask you, do you want one tracks or different tracks? You click different tracks, and it will ask you again. You want to split channels, so basically left and right, you know, but you don't want to split them. You want the stereo stuff to stay stereo. So you click OK, and then boom. Of course, everything for you. Just loading the images. All done. Right, so let's expand these and put them in the right places. So that's the bass drop indeed. Put these two here. I'll put this here. I'll put the bass here. We don't need these anymore. So we'll actually, I'm just gonna disable them and put them in the disabled tracks. I'm gonna disable this because we don't need it. Add it to disabled tracks. And the reason why I add them to disabled tracks, just in case for some like emergency reason, I want to bounce something again. It's just more convenient, but they're at the same time, they're out of the way. Okay. So bass is also gonna get disabled, but before I disable the bass, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate this. Gonna just add the same effect that I had to one of the copies, and then now I can get rid of it. So disable. Okay. Here. Oh. Okay. Now let's just color code just so we can know what we're looking at. So this is this, and this as well. Strings. Purple. Bass drops. As usual, normally I put them orange for some reason. All right, now we have it. So let's just fix the naming. So this is strings, bass drop A sharp, bass drop B. This is just like housekeeping right now at this point. This is bass DI. Okay. This is bass Parallax. All right, now with the bass, we can have some fun and try a lot. There's infinite amount of ways to get a bass tone. There's like literally infinite. You can just get the DI itself and put an amp on it and then call it a day, and you can get a great tone like this. You can do the same thing, but then just add the DI next to it, then just have them in parallel, and you can, cut some frequencies in some tracks and keep some frequencies in other tracks. But what I want to do here is I want to duplicate the DI just to try. I want to try something. So I want to duplicate this, call this DI high. This is DI low. Then I'm gonna keep, actually let me just mute this for a second. So this here, I'm gonna put a Pro Q. Then I'm just gonna select, let me just play this. Right. Then I'm gonna copy this here. But on this instance, I'm gonna change the type to local. And together, but this way I have the low DI by itself. And then I wanted to see if I can distort this in a different way. If I get Saturn and I then I want to get this. UPS CPU problem. What do you mean, oops, CPU problem? What's happening? Is it lagging on your end? Is so the way I'm trying it right now is a way that I've actually never done before. Normally I do split the low and high. I've never tried to rely on the low end of the DI by itself. So I'm just trying to see if that would sound any good. What's gone there? Was there a lag? Is it gone now? Is everything smooth? Fantastic. Thank you for letting me know. Where are you chatting from, by the way? So I want to compare the sound of Parallax with and without the cut. Okay, definitely the bass from Parallax is 1,000 times better than the DI bass from Saturn. Okay, so let's try maybe something else. I'm literally purely experimenting right now. I want to try to do something else to what I do normally. If not, if it's going nowhere, I'll just revert to what I do. But I'm just trying to, play around to see what else we can do. Okay, let's try instead of Saturn, something else. I mean, we've got a ton of bass amps here. So we've got Mammoth is a decent. Ah, Turkey. I was actually in Turkey last year and the one before. Um, and my business partner is actually lives in Turkey. Um, so yeah, Turkey come up in my life a lot. I think the time there right now is you're 3 hours ahead, right? So you're like 12, right? Something like that, 12:30. So thank you for, tuning in. All right. I think this have some decent presets. Let me just remember. Um, here it is. So if I turn this with this, uh-oh. Why are the guitars not playing? That's strange. Let me just send everything to the proper group. So this group needs to go to stereo out. And I need a mix bus as well. So we need to kind of like start setting up the mix. So first I'm gonna send all of these guys from here to here. You guys are going to group 2. Group 2 is gonna be called Guitar Master. Okay. This is gonna be Guitar DI group. Then two are going to Guitar DI group. And then Guitar DI group is going to Guitar Master. But I have zero idea why the guitars are not playing. Literally. If I duplicate this, what will happen? Well, by the way, speaking of the bass tone, I think it's quite decent. I just need to kind of like balance the low I and the DI. I don't know why guitar suddenly are not playing. That is very strange. That is very strange. I'm gonna close the project and open it again, see if that works out. And by doing that, I think I'm due for a break anyway, to be honest with you. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think I'm being fried a little bit, so I'm gonna take 5-10 minutes break, and we're gonna open the session again. Just see if that fixes the guitar thing. If not, we'll just spend the last 20 minutes of the stream trying to fix the guitar issue. Because, it was working, suddenly it didn't. I must have clicked something by mistake. But yeah. You are the one record these songs, or you are just making music, production, mix, no, so all of these are my tracks. Now this one is a homage track for a band called As Blood As Black. What I mean by homage is basically, 14 years ago, I wrote this track, and it was kind of an appreciation track to a band that I used to listen to a lot called As Blood Runs Black. And I was digging through my old demos, that I wrote, and I found this one, and I was like, you know what, let's work on this one, let's release this one. I wrote this 14 years ago, and I've changed my writing style a lot since then. But I always wanted to release this, so I was like, this could be a quick, easy, and cheerful one. So I've recorded it and working on it, and to be honest with you, this is a little bit like less complex than normally what I write. Normally, I like to add a lot of like production elements, a big orchestra, layers of synths, or some weird sounds or things like that in like my music. But this is literally the first time I do like a very, very, very raw, only band, only guitar, bass, and drums. Normally, I've got the guitar, the bass, and drums, obviously, because I only do kind of like guitar music, metal music. But normally, I layer it with a lot of different things. And this actually gonna be interesting, because normally when you have like a lot of layers, sometimes a lot of things are masked by the layers. This one, because it's very raw, a lot of things are going to be exposed. So maybe it will teach me something about, working with very raw, tracks. Yeah. But that kind of the story of this track in particular. I mean, for example, while I load Cubase, let me just see if I can play something that for example, I've released recently. So this one, for example, is normally the type of things that I write. Right, let's play from the beginning. Yes, of course. I'm from Syria, so your neighboring country. I mean, obviously I live in the UK, but originally I'm from Syria. So if it's not something like this, it will be maybe something like this is kind of like the style I like. But if I want to go a little bit lighter on friend, this in Mark Street one. Yeah, yeah. It's very close, literally. Same scene. Yeah, so that's an example. Number two, no, number one. Number two, I figured out why the guitars are not playing because I've changed the folder name. But now as you've seen on the screen, I've kind of located the right folder name and it worked out. So I think the guitar will play now. Orphanland is a legend for you too. Orphanland, I know the band, and there is a song that is that I used to listen to when I was in Syria, but I haven't heard of the band in a long time. In a long time. Orphan. Oh, come on, what's wrong with me? Oh my god. Well, so what's the song that I saved? This one? No. I think it's in this album, and it's called. I mean, you know, I cannot play all of it, obviously, because copyright. But I just want to remember which one. No, I know it from the beginning of it. No. No, but it had a very nice intro. I'm alone. Is it not? I'm pretty sure it's this album. No, though. I'm alone. Where is it now? It's gonna kill me if I don't find out exactly which one. Oh no, it's in this album. Yes. Oh my god, I'm gonna go crazy. Which one was it? Yeah, this one. Yes, this one. Oh, I have it saved. I can't believe I didn't see this. Yeah, but this I know this track, and I can't remember who introduced me to them. But now, while I was skimming through them, they actually have a lot of stuff that are similar to what I like. So maybe I'll listen to them again. But I mean the Middle Eastern vibe is very similar to I do, but the metal vibe, my one is more modern. Not this doesn't mean that it's better or worse. It's just kind of like more influenced by kind of more, you know, like more modern metal, like Born of Osiris or Shukran Band or You know, um, who else? Periphery, Bleed from Within, Bury Tomorrow, things like that, like more newer stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you like that type of stuff, I mean, feel free to follow me out. Also, last track we've done is a this is a cover here for from a game called Guilty Gear. I've took the track and I made it a little bit more. You know, I added a lot of epic orchestra and I've added some Easter eggs in it and stuff. So this is kind of also what I like to do here. Yeah, because it has a lot of cinematic stuff as well, and a lot of trailer elements. Right, so something like this. This one actually I've released recently, and we've worked on this song on the stream. So, so yeah. But you know what? I need to thank you for reminding me of Orphanland, because sounds like I really need to listen to them again to get really inspired from that. Just making your own music, or are you a producer or something? You look so professional when you use Cubase. Oh, first of all, cheers. Thank you for the compliment. No, so I only do my own music, and the streaming thing I've just started in January. So this is my third month in, or on 15th of March it will be my third month in, and yeah, the idea is just to, instead of me creating music by myself and just release it, no, I'll just do the entire thing that I do by myself but on stream, and you know, release it together, similar to that the very very last song I played. You know, we've done that on stream. So yeah, it's all like my songs. That one though, this one here, this is a cover, but the rest, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, right? This one's actually interesting because the story behind this track is kind of like an alien invasion where humans at the end, you know, win and kind of like kill all the aliens. And you know, it's called Transmission for the from the Parallel Unknown, because at the beginning of the song, I'm gonna play it for you now, but you'll see that at the beginning of the song, I've made some sound designing stuff to make it sound like we're getting a transmission and things like that. But this is what it sounds like. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to join anytime. And thank you for being here. then here at the end is the part where we kill the aliens. Right here. Right here. Oriental, orchestral, and gent. Yes, 100%. All of them at the same time. Um, but yeah, that's the type of stuff that I like to do, and this is why I was saying that this track, because I wrote it 14 years ago, this one, that's why it sounds a little bit too raw. And this is way before I learned how to record on it. Like literally, this one I wrote on Guitar Pro. If you know, I'm pretty sure you know. So you seem like you know what Guitar Pro is. So this was written on Guitar Pro, and then I was like, you know, let me just write it. But yeah. So let me just check if the guitars are working now. Fantastic. Obviously, the sounds are all off, and that is fine. I think I like the bass tone that I've done so far. I think it's a decent bass tone. And, you know, it's a new experiment. So what we're going to do, we're just going to tidy up this and prepare it, because next session we're going to mix. Right, so next session we're going to jump on mixing. I think this is going to be a very quick mix, but we'll do that. So let's prepare this track to mixing. So first thing first is we need to make sure everything goes back to 0. And we're not going to play anything because obviously it's going to sound like total shit if we do that. So the first thing we do is we're going to go to the drums, and we're going to make sure that our mixer is outed to Cubase. And the way you do that is, well, you go to the mixer, right? And you make sure you do all the grouping necessary. So I've made a YouTube video about this. By the way, we're on YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe there. The links are below the stream. And this video, this stream, as it is going to stay on YouTube forever, because we're streaming there. So when I'm done, YouTube will keep the video. So make sure you follow us there as well. But I've made a video about this, about the black box that sometimes comes with Superior Drummer. And the black box is basically the presettings that some of the engineers leaves, or Superior Drummer leaves from the engineer setting when you select a preset. So obviously, because we have this bathyal blue kit preset, it gives us black boxes. But the problem here is that the black box for the toms are on the group, and I want to route each one individually. So the way to fix this is that you grab this and you take it to each one of the toms. Now let's see where the toms are. Okay, so this is not the tom, so it's here. So you grab this and you move it to rack tom 1. This one here, this one here, and this one here. Okay. Thanks a ton. Thank you so much. And then what we do is, obviously, all of these are going to buses, and then these are the outs. So we're gonna, and the out here has a black box. So what we're gonna do is, first we're gonna take this. First, let me disable the stuff that I'm not using. So I'm not using the one shot. This is gonna be none. Okay. Let me see, actually. Wait. I'm gonna turn all of these down because let me turn the master guitar down and the bass. I just want to work with the drums so far. So let me turn these down just for the moment because I just want to work with the drums and the bass drops and everything. Okay. Okay, so this is not used as well, so we don't want it. None. Alright, so what we do is I'm gonna move first this here. I'm gonna create a bus called Black Box. Right, and I'm gonna send each one of these guys. So I'm gonna click from here all the way to here and go to send and send them to Black Box. Okay, so let's see this by itself. Fantastic. Okay, now we're not gonna use this one. We're gonna start using from here. So we're gonna be kick, snare, tom or R tom 1, RT1, RT2, RT3, and then floor tom 1, floor tom 2. Okay, what else do we have? Overheads, hi-hat, overheads, room, and reverb. So hi-hat, hitch-at, overheads, room, reverb. Okay. And I will tell you why I don't want to use this now in a minute. And also black box. So these are the outs that are gonna be in Cubase. So I will show you how to I summon them as well to Cubase. But first, let's make sure everything here is done. So the kick here is gonna go to kick. Oh, sorry. The kick is gonna go to this kick here. And the snare, because these are the buses, so obviously the bus cannot go to the same bus. So this line here, everything at the bottom is these orange buses. Everything at the top are the red outs, right? And this is why it didn't let me choose this, because this is this. So how can you route this to itself? It doesn't work. So you route the snare to the snare out, right? The hi-hat to the hi-hat out. Toms, we don't need them. So what you're going to do with the toms is you're going to route each tom to its out. R tom 1, R tom 2, R tom 3, F tom 1, F tom 2. Now we go back to the buses. Ambient is room. Sorry. Well, this is not needed now because we routed each individual one. Overheads is to overheads. Ambient is to room. Snare comp is to snare. Kick comp is to kick. Reverb is to rev. And these are nonsense. And then black box is to black box. Let me just make these not capital because only for OCD reasons, really. Hi-hat. Room. All right. Now, if I play, the drum sound should not come out. Which means, because it's coming out, which means there's something wrong. So I'm glad that, I mean, this is kind of like a test that you do just to make sure that, is there anything wrong? Let's see, kick, kick, kick. Of course, yeah. So you need all of these stacks here. So these stacks for the snare and the stacks for the kick, you need to make sure they're going to the right channel. So the stack for the snare should go to the snare. The stack for the overheads should go to the overheads, which are these two, right? And because they're not playing now, which it means that we're doing something correct, and I will tell you why. Because basically these outs are still not activated, and I will show you how to activate them. So, and this should go to snare. This should go to snare. This should go to kick. Kick. Snare. Snare. Now I should hear nothing. Fantastic. Okay, so what we do now, to route these out to Cubase, you click on this icon and you say, hey, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you go to the mixer, now you have these bad boys. So now I should, if I click play, I should hear. Right? And now we've got everything from Superior Drummer out to Cubase. So kick is this one. Snare is this one. RT1, RT2, RT3, FT1, FT2, then H hat, then overheads, then room, then drum, reverb, then black box. Okay, now don't mind if the sound is too loud or too quiet. That we don't care about that right now. We're gonna care about we're gonna care about that in a second, not now. So now we need to add let's see. We need to add a mix bus. We need to add a group for the bass. We need to add a group for the tom. We need to add a master drum. So we need to add a few groups. Okay, so let's start. So we need to add a master for the bass, a tom group, a master for the drums, and a mix bus. Oh, all right. Bass, master, tom group, drum, master. Okay, so the mix bus is gonna go here. The bass master is gonna go here. The tom master is gonna go here. The drum master is gonna. These guys. Fantastic. All right, so the masters normally I like to put them in black. The groups here in white. Our master, black, group, white. Okay. And also what you need to do is, and the mix bus is, I forgot what color I put it. I'm just gonna put it white for now. Okay. Now the mix bus, I want it to be a little bit separate, so I go to zones. This here and this here. Okay, so now they're separate. So now when I scroll, these will stay static here. Also, I need to do, this is just like preparing this to be mixed, yeah? What we're gonna do, so let's check. All the guitars are going, so these guitar DI are going to these guitars going to the DI group, and the DI group is going to the guitar master. All of these guys are going to the guitar master. And then the guitar master should go to the mix bus. All of these bass tracks should go to bass master. Then the bass master should go to the mix bus. And then I don't care about this one here. All of these guys. No, sorry. All of these guys should go to the tom group. Okay. These guys should go to the drum master. And these guys should go to the drum master. One second. Okay. Except this one needs to go to the mix bus because it's a reverb. The black box as well, because it's kind of like a parallel effect. So the black box and the reverb is going to the mix bus. Strings and the bass drops are going to the mix bus as well. And then the mix bus goes to the stereo out. The drum master also needs to go to the mix bus. Yeah, everything seems in order now. Cool. Cool. And then the next thing is I'm gonna put this at -18, which is gonna make it incredibly quiet. But when we gain stage, that's kind of the volume that we want. Okay, so now that we've prepared this to be mixed, I'm gonna save this file as allegiance 3. And then we'll do that, and then when we're ready to mix, we'll just resave it as mixed. But with that being said, I think we've done a good stream. I mean, last time was also a fantastic stream. This time was a fantastic stream as well. A little bit quieter on chat, but a lot in views. Like I've seen a lot of people are actually joining us on Twitch and YouTube and Kick. But chat-wise was a little bit quiet, maybe because I was a little bit focused on what I was doing. But with that being said, thank you for joining. Remember the schedule: Friday, 6 p.m. 8 p.m. UK, and Sunday. Well, it used to be 6 p.m., but from today we've started doing it 7 p.m. and I think I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing 7 p.m. So Sunday is gonna shift to 7 p.m. from now on. So it's gonna be Friday 8 p.m. every single time, and Sunday 7 p.m. every single time. That's the schedule. So yeah, up until then, stay safe, enjoy your week. Thank you for joining, and make sure on your way out, if you're still watching, you haven't followed us on wherever you're watching us from, please follow and subscribe, and make sure the bell is turned on so that when we're live, you know. But yeah, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your whatever's left of it. If you're in the another side of the world, you still have a little bit left of the weekend. Enjoy it, enjoy your week, and see you on Friday. Thank you so much, you guys.